Welcome back. So today we are going to start our next lesson, and that lesson has been taken from our supplementary book. The name of the book is Footprints Without Feet. And the lesson number is 6, and the name of the lesson is The Making of a Scientist. Yes, The Making of a Scientist. This is our sixth lesson. And who is going to be a scientist? And yes, who helped him? And who is the writer of the lesson? We are going to know in this lesson, in this video today. So, I'm going to tell you who is the writer of this lesson. Yes, the writer of this lesson is Robert W. Peterson is the writer of this lesson. And there is a boy, name of the boy we will come to know ahead when we are going to know more about the lesson. Then we will come to know about that one also. Yes, and that a boy, the name of the boy we will come to know. And that is known as Upright. And when he was in his junior class, when he was in his KG classes, pre-primary classes, that time he showed his interest in nature, in geology. When he was in his KG class, that time he collected near about 20 butterflies. And when he was in second class, he collected 25 butterflies, and those butterflies he could find in his hometown. He collected all. And on the other hand, his mother was helping him in all sense. In all sense, he was his mother was helping him. So we are going to know more about writer. We are going to know more about lesson. So let's start it. 6, The Making of a Scientist. And this lesson has been taken from a book, Footprints Without Feet. That is our supplementary book, and from that book this lesson is taken. And the writer of this lesson is Robert W. Peterson. Robert W. Peterson is the writer, and we are going to know more about the writer in this next one. So he is Robert W. Peterson. And yes, Robert W. Peterson, we are going to know more about Robert W. Peterson. See about writer. So Robert W. Peterson was an American newspaper writer who later became a freelance author of magazine article and books, especially on the topics of sports and scouting. Mean he was a freelancer also. Freelancer, what is the meaning of freelancers? A person who is getting online work. Mean to say a person who is doing a copying work of anybody, of anyone. So he is known as freelancer. So he was writing work for magazines, articles, and yes, for books. And he was writing just only for two things. First one is for sports he was writing, and for scouting he was writing. And his 1970 Chronicle of Negro League Baseball titled there was a Negro League Baseball program, I mean game is there, and he wrote a book on that game. The name of the book is Only the Ball Was White, was held by the New York Times. And after that, that book was published in the newspaper. The name of paper of that is the New York Times, as having recaptured a lost era of baseball history. And that book gave an identification to baseball also. So in the next slide, we are going to know about this lesson. What is this lesson is about? So here is a boy. Name of the boy is Richards H. Albright, and he lives in Pennsylvania, and he was taking educations there in Pennsylvania. The name of the boy is Richard H. Albright. The hero of the story is Yesu in kindergarten, mean to say in his KG class. Albright collected butterflies. He collected some butterflies when he was just only in his KG class. So his mother would take him on trips, and his mother also sincere. His mother also is preparing her child for the future. So that's why his mother took him on trips, bought for him telescopes, microscopes, cameras, mounting materials, and other materials required for learning. So all things was given to him for his learning, and all things were given by his mother. So in the next, we are going to know more about Albright. So by the time he was in the second grade, in KG class, he collected some butterflies. But when he came into the second grade, he came into the second class, Albright had collected all 25 species of butterflies, who, yes, which he could find around his hometown. So around his hometown, he collected 25 species of butterflies. His mother gave him a children book, and later his mother gave him a children book. The name of the book is The Travel of Monarchs X. So that book, which told how monarch butterflies migrate to Central America, opened the world of science to researchers. And when he come to know about the, yes, you about the monarch, about the butterflies, how the butterfly migrated from one place to another. So when he come to know, then he became more aware, then he became more sincere, then he became more interesting about to know about the butterflies, and he started learning more about butterflies. Yes, you. At the end of book, readers were asked to tag butterflies for research by Dr. Frederick A. Urquhart of the University of Toronto, Canada. So there was a scientist. The name of the scientist is Dr. Frederick A. Urquhart, and that Dr. Frederick A. Urquhart was working. Yes, you. He was a professor in the University of Toronto in Canada, and he wrote the book. Which book was yes, you read by Albright. So he wrote that book. And in that book, at the last page, it was written that if anybody knows about the butterflies, he can he can tell us, and he can tag us. So then, for several years, his basement was home to thousands of monarchs in different stages of development. For several years, his basement was home to thousands of monarchs. So thousands of monarchs were there, and he came to know about the monarchs. He came to know much about butterflies and about their stages also. He would catch a female monarch. Once would catch a female monarch, take her eggs and raise them in his basement through their life cycle, from egg to caterpillar to pupa to adult butterfly. So he was taking care of the butterflies. Once what happened? He took a female monarch, female butterfly, and then he took the eggs of her. And when he put the eggs, and what happened then? Then eggs became caterpillar. Then caterpillar became pupa, and then that pupa became a perfect butterfly. So next one is there. In country science fair, his entry was slides of frog tissues. When he took participate in science fair, so his topic was frog tissues, and he shows these tissues through microscope to people. For his 8th grade project, when he was in 8th class, in 8th grade project, Albright tried to find the cause of a viral disease. So what is the cause behind the viral disease? He tried to find out the region that kill nearby all monarchs caterpillar every few years. So what happened when there is a viral came, and when this viral came, all the caterpillars or the monarchs or the, yes, all the butterflies kills. So what is the reason behind that? He tried to find out the cause of this one also. The next year, his science fair project was testing the theory that Viceroy butterfly copy monarch. So, yes, next year, his science fair project was testing the theory that Viceroy butterflies copy monarch. Butterflies copies monarch. Next month, this project was placed first in the geology division and third overall in the country science fair. So he got first position in geology, and he got third position overall in science, yes, country science fair. There he won third place for geology. Indirectly, yes, it also lead to his new theory on the life of cells. And indirectly, he was leading a new theory, and the theory was the life of cells. This project won a bright first place. Yes, the cells project won a bright first place in the country fair and entry into the international science and engineering fair. And then he got entry into the international science and engineering fair on the behalf of yes, cell life of cells, because he was doing work. He was, yes, you made a theory about life of cells, and after that he got first position, and after getting first position he got chance to take participate in international science and engineering fair. So what happened then? In his second year in high school, when Albert was Albright was in his second high school in 10th class. Richard Albright began to search that lead to his discovery of an unknown insect hormone. So he wanted to do something more about this one. So up to here, and rest we will do in the next part. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.